All right, so this is our monthly team call. We do this once a month on Wednesdays. Um, and I wanted to take a second before we get into things and welcome our new teammates. So I unmuted everybody, I'm pretty sure, unless you were sneaky and muted yourself again. If you have joined in the month of June or after, because we didn't meet last month, I would love for you to just say me and what you are liking most about the coffee business. I'm going to put you on the spot. So, who wants to go first?
Me.
Yay!
I guess what I like the most is that it's just easy to sell. Like it sells itself, like everyone has said, and most people love it.
So. Yeah, love that. And that's my girl Angie. We go way back to middle school. All right, so who else is new from June or after? I know Deirdre.
This is true.
Okay. So you just started this month, right?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have a favorite thing yet? If not, it's okay.
At this point, I think I just really enjoy talking with people about their goals and kind of making connections with people that we've been in circles with each other, but never really talked about our health goals and that kind of thing. So I think it's just really awesome. The product sells itself, but it's nice to be able to really partner with people as they're trying to achieve something that really has been a heartburn for a long time.
Yes, and also that doesn't require you to exercise 5 or 6 times a week or be super strict with food. It's sort of like letting your body just do it, and then those other things come. So
absolutely
awesome. Love that. All right, anybody else? I'm going through here. I think I covered everybody, but I don't want to miss anyone. So if you hopped on just now, we're just welcoming our new teammates to the team, and we're wondering if you have a favorite thing yet. So if you joined in June or July, we want to just say welcome. So anybody else that I missed? No. Okay. If you were too shy, it's okay. I don't want anyone to ever feel uncomfortable. So let me hop into some questions. There we go. All right. So today I asked for some topics because, truth be told, these types of calls I want to be effective for everyone, because otherwise I feel like we're just hopping on here for 30 minutes and wasting all of our time. And I'm not into wasting time. So I wanted it to be about what our team needs or is looking for, or you feel you're lacking, and we can all work together and sort of accomplish something once a month on with our community of fellow teammates. So we got some good questions, and Amanda, if you want to unmute yourself whenever, not necessarily right this second, but if I answer the question and you want to add anything, please feel free. So how do I handle situations where customers don't have a positive experience with their trial? Example, no weight has dropped, and no other results that they're seeing. So this is sometimes typical. And what I always tell people is, listen, the 5-day trial is purely for taste. If you feel the effects of the trial, if you see weight loss, congratulations. Good for you, but that's really not what the trial is meant to do. And I'm really real with people by saying that. We know that people feel energy and they see some weight loss and they feel the effects of the trial, but not everybody does. So if somebody in this circumstance were to say, hey, Stacey, the scale didn't move at all, I'm not really feeling anything with this coffee that you say I'm supposed to feel, I'll say, well, the trial really isn't meant for results. It's more like, can I handle it? Does it make my heart race? Do I feel anything negative? And then I say you really should give it 30 days because some people take 2, some people take 3 weeks. to actually see any sort of results. And that's the truth. So that's exactly what I would say to someone who says, hey, you know, your coffee's a bunch of crap or whatever. Well, no, it's just meant for you to make sure that you can tolerate the taste and you can tolerate the actual coffee itself on a daily basis. So Amanda, do you have any other way you would answer that or anything to add?
I do. When people ask, you know, especially I haven't seen any weight loss and I'm on day 4. I did see some drastic changes immediately because I was so distended that those first couple days my swelling went way down. So that was a huge thing for me. I think I did have a little bit of weight loss towards the end of the first week. Warren didn't have any weight loss, I think, until the second week. So I always share that everybody's different. I saw it the first week, he saw it the second week. Some people don't see it till the third week. But really, if you feel, one girl called me or messaged me today and told me she was like, she felt the high, the first day high that some of us have felt. And I told her, yeah, that not everybody gets that, but some people do. So even if you don't see the weight loss, if you don't feel necessarily like you have more energy, or if those specific outcomes that we say you can expect with a coffee don't hit you the first couple of days, but you feel that there's something different about this coffee, and as long as it's not in a bad way, then you know that this is different than your regular coffee. And think of, you know, if you give this a few weeks or a month, you're going to start seeing the results from what you're feeling differently. So I think a lot of people, I just say, if you're feeling something different, then you know this is different than regular coffee. Now give it some time and you'll see the results from that.
Yes, I love that. Anybody else have anything that they would add to that, how they answer that question?
Stacy?
Yes.
Sorry. I always do the same thing. Like, I always encourage 30 days as well. And the fact that everybody's body is different. I even think about, like, when we did 80-day obsession and timed nutrition and working out 6 days a week for an hour, my body still didn't show up for 4 weeks. Like, my scale did not move for 4 weeks. So I always try and use that as an example. Like, I'm one of those people, even with the coffee, like, I love the energy and things like that, but I still didn't show up for 4 weeks because apparently that's just what I do. So I always encourage that too. Like, if you're liking it and you can tolerate it, give it a shot. We always say, give it 30 days and then, you know, touch base then and see where the progress is.
Absolutely. Anybody else want to add anything specifically to that? All right, second question. So follow up. How many times should I follow up when someone has shown interest but hasn't made a move to purchase yet? I say follow up until. There are people that I'm on month 9 that are just now buying. So if I wouldn't have followed up with them 9 times, guess who wouldn't have had a sale this month? Me. So that's me. That's how I run my business. I have a follow-up method, and we can talk about that. But every single month, if I've given my link to them, they are on a list and they get a message from me. You might be one of those people. I don't back down lately. I don't go down easy. So I just, hey, following up with you, you know, and I'll put something in there like one of our group, someone in my group just said she's down officially 20 pounds. I would love for you to have, you know, meet your goals or just something like that. You give them sort of a little bit of fear of missing out, FOMO, you know, like, okay, this is what's going on. I have people every month, every week telling me that they've reached these goals and had these results and you're missing it. I don't say that exactly, but I create that within a message. So I say follow up until. Truthfully, the sale is in the follow-up. 9 out of 10 times, people are going to have to be followed up with several times before they actually order. So, Amanda, what about you?
So, yeah, I agree. Following up is huge. If I just sent out a bunch of trial packs, I mean, we've sent a couple hundred trial packs, I think. And if I just left it at that, then, you know, I wouldn't have made any sales. We keep a list of the people who are sending trial packs to. I always follow up to make sure they've received their trial pack like within 3 days. And then the first day, I always remind them, make sure you drink it on an empty stomach. Make sure you wait 45 minutes before you eat, so that they know that I'm not just like trying to sell them something. I'm actually there along, like with them as they're going through this new experience. And then towards the end of the first day, I'm like, hey, or even in the morning, just check in. How are you feeling? Is this day one? And then if they're like, yeah, feeling good so far, I just took it out, I drank it an hour ago, and I'm like, okay, great, I'll check in with you tonight. And I check in with them. And then the second or third day, if they're still enjoying it, I send them a note and I say, you might want to think about, and I think I told Amelia this, but I probably did the same thing with Amelia. You might want to, if you're really loving it, you might want to consider ordering before you run out. And then I like hashtag my biggest nightmare, or like my greatest nightmare. And so sometimes that gets them to order. Sometimes they say, I really want to, but I can't quite yet. And I'll do it on payday. And I say, okay, when's payday? I'll go ahead and put you on my follow-up list. So somebody today said, how much is the coffee? And I told them, and she said, okay, I have to wait till payday. But I definitely want to get some. And so her payday's on the 30th. And she's on my calendar on the 30th to follow up. So keeping a calendar, even if it's just in in the notes section of your phone or in the calendar of your phone, and put people's names there. So when that day pops up, those are the people you follow up with. And then if they kind of disappear, like Stacy said, they're on your list somehow, if it's from giving them a link or from, starting a conversation about the coffee and you're just following up, hey, I just wanted to touch base and see if you're ready to try some coffee. And so one of the messages I say is, just wanted to check in and see if you had a chance to look around the group, or just wanted to check in and see if you're ready to try some coffee, or like just something really, not like, hey, are you going to spend your money now and buy stuff from my link? Like nothing, make it a conversation, make it personal. But yeah, every month follow up, unless somebody flat out says, please stop messaging me. I'm not going to buy any of your stupid coffee. Or if I've messaged like a good 8 to 10 times and they're reading it and they're not responding, I'm not going to lie, I've been one of those people where I'm like, just stop. So if it's very clear that they are not responding, I don't want to be that person that's nagging them to death, but definitely give it a good handful of times following up. Because I think it's like the majority of people follow through after the 6th follow-up, maybe the 5th or 6th. So don't stop after 2, but maybe don't go to 20.
Yeah, and I usually give them an out. Like I'll follow up, and then if it's been more than maybe 3 or 4 times, I'll say, listen, I never want to pressure you. You're just on my follow-up list, and I don't want to bother you. So just let me know. If you're not interested, no hard feelings. We can still be friends.
Yeah.
And I'll just joke about it and give them, like, it's okay to say no, but at the same time, it's kind of rude that you're not giving me an answer. They don't owe us an answer, of course, but just let me know, because I don't want to
bug you, or, you're just on my list. And that's a totally honest conversation. That's not, it doesn't feel pressured, or, that's the best thing, is to take the pressure off someone. And we'll talk about that a little bit more when we're talking about asking, like inviting people to the business. Because I think that has a kind of parallel conversation.
So anybody else have anything to add about their follow-up process? Even if you've only been doing this for a few months, what's working? Like we want to hear from anyone who has something to share that you feel is good info. So
I would just add too that like sometimes it's a good idea to ask them when a good time is to follow up, or to check. I like to use the word like to check back in, because I don't know, follow up sometimes can rub people the wrong way, right? But whatever works for you and who you are and authentic to who you are. So I like to ask people, hey, I know you said now's not a good time. Well, when would be a good time for me to check back in with you? And then they're basically giving you permission to do that. And then they know, okay, I've done that, and she's doing what she said she was going to do, and she's being a professional,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it too, is, I totally get it's a bad time. Would it be all right with you if I follow up with you next month, or when is a good time to follow up? And then that way you're just doing what they've asked you to do or agreed to.
Yes. Love that. All right, next thing. Should I consider doing my own challenges, flash sales, giveaways to drum up business, being that you're newer? So because this is your business and you're an independent rep, you can do whatever you want, whether it be, I know at one time around Christmas, I did everybody who buys a starter pack, a new customer, of course, because that's when we get $40, right, on commission. I would give you $10 back. So I'd Venmo them or PayPal them or even Facebook Messenger back $10. That covers shipping, a little bit more than shipping, and it kind of drums up a starter pack sale. So you're still making $30. You're getting a new customer. They're trying more than one thing usually. So it's really up to you on how you want to do that, how often you want to do that, how much you want to give back, if anything. You could do drawings, giveaways. I know Kristen has done some cute things where she has like a Starbucks mug with the Target gift card in there, and she does like a little basket, coffee basket type thing. And she's like, it's usually less than $30. And if she gets 20 sales from it, she draws one name, she's only out $20. So it's really worth it. You could do something like that. Challenges, you can definitely do your own. I put in the team thread today about starting one on September 1st. And just real quick, for those of you who have never done one with us, we did 2 so far since I started coffee. And this will be the third one. And it's basically if a customer has purchased coffee within 30 days or a new customer purchases at least one item, and it can be anything, not I say coffee, but it's any item, they're able to get into the group. So as reps, we'll take turns, we'll just add value, we will share recipes, it'll be fun, testimonials, and just daily accountability of drink your coffee every day or drink your cocoa every day or whatever you're using every day, and share how you feel, and let's all really buckle down for September and try to get some weight off and start feeling better. So that's what we do as a team. Coming from Beachbody, we did that 3 times a month. Like I started a new challenge almost every Monday and I was worn out. So I needed a break from doing challenge groups, but it is fun. And I think it does add value and give the customer something more than just a tub of coffee or a tub of cocoa. It gives more to the customer, and it's not all the time so we don't get worn down. Anybody else have anything else that they can suggest about, drumming up some more business for newer people, or what's worked for you? New, old?
I did something recently, last month. It was anyone who ordered in the month of July, new or returning customer, got entered to win a free tub. So I typically always have an extra. Mm-hmm. So I did it as a giveaway. And I mean, I had like a page and a half of names to go into the tub. If they ordered, if they were a new customer and they ordered a 3-pack, they got 2 entries per item. If they were an old customer, they got 1 entry. So, and it was actually a new customer that placed a 6-box order that ended up winning.
Nice.
So, but I think it pulled a little bit of volume and had people order by the end of the month. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably do that again in the future.
That's a great idea. And we usually do, you're right, we have an extra tub at home. The other thing that you reminded me of is referrals. So I was doing, and I do this, when someone sends me a referral, and we'll go to Angie's question, which will kind of piggyback to this, but I automatically say, you sent me this person, or you have someone who wants to purchase coffee. And how did you find that person? Because I want them to really talk it out and say how easy it was, but I want them to tell me that it was easy, right? So I'll say, so is this a good friend? Is this your sister? Like, how did she know that you were using Magic Coffee? Well, she noticed I lost weight and I'm, feeling better or whatever. Or I told her about it because it's awesome. Okay, so would you consider being a rep because you're doing what I'm doing, only now I'm getting the commission, and possibly your sister might be a rep and generate business for me. So it's almost like you turn it around, but they're telling you what you know they're going to say, what you want to hear, but they're telling you, yes, I did it myself and it was really easy and it was fun. So that's referrals, right? So, okay, that's about the business. So referrals, if someone's like, absolutely not, I do not want to be a rep, I am doing whatever, I'm busy, I'm not interested. Okay, fine. For every 3 customers that you find that purchase on my site, I'm going to give you a free tub of coffee. Well, then they go nuts. They post on their page. They're like, I'm using this coffee, blah, blah, blah. They tag me. I've gotten so many referrals that it's ridiculous. And some of them have even turned into people who refer more people. So referrals are a good way to do that as well. The other thing was Angie's question was about the specific thing said, how long after being a customer do you tell them about the business side? Do you message everyone about the business opportunity or just those who think would be interested? So I personally, and I know everyone could definitely answer this as well in the way that they do it. But for me, if they tell me when I check in with them and they're like, yes, I love it, I can't imagine not drinking this every day, it makes me feel so good, I'm like, so have you ever thought about being a rep? That's usually what I say. And they're like, oh, no, or, oh, yeah, I kind of thought about it. I've seen your posts about it. I know there's an opportunity, but tell me more, or no way. Like it's not like, and it's not usually a gray area. They're usually shutting it down or the door's open. I also will check in with people myself. If they come to me and tell me the results, I'll tell them about the rep right away. But if I'm checking in with them and they're like, I say, what do you love most about the coffee? And they tell me all these things. I'm like, well, just so you know, you've been drinking this for 3 months. If nothing else, you could get your coffee for free by earning some money just telling other people about it. So there's really no wrong time. If you know someone specifically that would do well, I would be like, listen, and Angie, you have a great story because your trials were gone so fast, or, they're almost gone. It was quick for you. And so you can tell them your personal experience, which is powerful. And because they trust you and they're friends with you, they're going to be like, wow, okay, maybe I should consider this. So I don't necessarily know if there's a wrong time to say it to someone. And I would never assume that they don't want to do it. Because sometimes I get scared to ask them, and it's like, that's not very fair to the person because I'm making the decision for them. I'm not even asking. At least let them say no. So that's how I do it. So who else has another way or something else to add?
I wanted to touch back first on the giveaways. One of the things that we have done is when we do drawings, because I know that we get volume from repeat customers, we get that, first time commission on their first orders, but we don't want to just try and get new people. We want to encourage other people to continue ordering. So I did at one point say, for any new customer, we give the $10 back. And then we switched it over to for anyone who orders, but you have to comment on this thread because, we can't always keep track of some of the repeat orders. We can in our contact manager, but sometimes that's a little trickier, is that however many products you order, that's how many entries you have into the giveaway. So if somebody orders a one product, they have 1 entry. If they order a 3-pack, they have 3 entries, or 6-pack, 6 entries. And then also, because some people, they have more than enough and they've got enough to last them a few months, they don't need to order anymore this month. Also, if they post about the coffee and tag me on their page, that's an entry also. So even if people can't continue buying it just for the giveaways, if they want to make a comment and post on their page every day for the whole month, there's 30 entries into my giveaway. Have at it. Also, you can kind of tell by those people who are either adding people to your group or who are, and make sure your groups are set up so that you have to approve people coming in. That way you'll keep approving them, but you'll kind of be keeping a mental note of who's always adding these people, because they would be really good reps. And people who are sharing on their page and tagging you and talking about the coffee, and look at how effortlessly they're talking about it, and do they sound like somebody who would really do, this would be easy for them, because clearly they're doing it right now. So those are just some of the things that I look for too.
Yeah, I love that. Anybody have anything else to add about the business, about when you talk about it or ask about it? That was our last question. So anything else that you guys have that maybe you didn't think to put in the thread, or maybe what we talked about generated some more questions that we want to cover? Oh, he's so talkative.
I have a question.
Sure.
Did we get the presentation from the last meeting that we did with the gentleman from Iceland? I don't remember if that was posted or not. I might have missed it.
So we have the recording of his call. Mm-hmm. Are you talking about our revamping of it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a little bit more difficult than than I thought it would be. I've already recorded it once. It's not going to fly, so I need to record it again. It took us several days to even get the slides transferred over. There was 3 of us working on it, so we were all working together, and then we noticed something else was missing or incorrect, so it had to sort of go through the whole circle. So it's taking a lot of time, but it will be worth it when it's done. But we just want to make sure that what we give to people is, number 1, accurate, and number 2, it's clear.
Right.
And Gunnar was super clear. I wish that I could just write everything down that he said, exactly how he said it, and just memorize it and say it, because it was so clear. So that's where we're at with that. It's coming.
Thank you.
We're working on it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that we want to chit chat about? We have a couple minutes before our 30-minute mark. I like to keep these at 30 minutes just so that we're, short, sweet, to the point, but we get to hang out for a little bit once a month. Nothing else? All right. Well, I will post the recording for those of you who weren't here, or if you want to listen again, feel free to check out the recording. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.